Good afternoon, morning, evening. Welcome to the training hierarchy of prompts is what we will be discussing today, and I hope that we'll be able to go out in the world and put them to use. Ball State University, Bennett Williams. What is a prompt? You think of the word prompt, you think in time sense, things that happen quickly. A prompt is assistance as a learner is developing a new skill, a specific skill. So a prompt is a set of procedures designed to develop and teach those skills while also limiting errors and incorrect responses. Now, it can be used for discrete, just one behavior, or it could be a behavior chain, which is multiple skills to get to an outcome. Talk a little bit about that later. I'd like to talk to you about the hierarchy piece. So a prompt is assistance. Now we look at it and we have these steps and they go upwards. The hierarchy, the independent is at one end and all the way down here at the bottom is full physical. So we're going to use the terming most to least. So if you're working with someone and you're asked to do most to least prompts, you're going to know you're going to have 3 levels of prompting, and it's going to be chosen from one of these 6 prompts. Now, if I start most to least, then I'm going to do full physical, hand over hand, to get the skill accomplished successfully. All right. It's like you think of in baseball when the coach is holding the bat, pretty much hugging you, holding the bat while you're holding the bat, is a full physical, hand over hand. Partial physical is more of a guiding the movement. You're going to touch the learner and you're going to help guide their movement to success. Maybe I move their hand over towards where the cup is. Modeling, as we're going most to least. So for full physical, I need the most assistance. I need the most effort as the person helping the learner. Partial, I need the second most. Modeling is the third most, and it will look like one of 2 ways. You can model it full chain behavior, so I could do all 5 of the steps it takes to get a cup of water, or I could just measure or model rather one of those steps. Just gestural, keep going up from most assistance needed to least. So just gestural has less assistance than modeling, and I'm using my body language. Oh, you need to turn on the water. Well, I'll just make a motion and make a gesture, or I can kind of point someone in that direction if they're needing to go somewhere to help their specific skill be successful. Following gestural is verbal. Verbal is where I'm speaking, or there's some, maybe like you can write a word as a verbal and you're using that verbal piece. Cup is a prompt, and it takes less assistance. It's less assistance than a gestural. Visual would be something like cup of water. You would hold up an image. You can hold up an image, and that will help the learner, assist the learner in successfully learning their skill. Independent is natural stimulus. I'm looking to get a cup of water. Well, the natural stimulus that prompts me into that is I'm thirsty. Maybe I was outside for recess. I come in from recess, I get water. Most to least prompting is what we'll use as our default when we don't know the learner's history. So we like prompts. Why do we use prompts? We use them to make sure that our learners are having fewer errors and incorrect responses as they're learning the skills. So most to least is a way for me to limit those errors and incorrect responses. And I use them for, if I haven't worked with a learner, I'll use these most to least procedures. And I'll pay attention. If they make an incorrect or an error response, I'm going to pay attention and see how that affects their learning of the skill? Is it impeding their skill? Things like that. So least to most is where we start from the top and we go a natural stimulus that prompts the person and they have success in the behavior because we just came in from recess. So that stimulus is a natural stimulus. I would, if that didn't work, I would wait a time delay. All right. So then I would show them the picture. We just came in from recess. So I would say, and it's important as we're using these hierarchy of prompts, we also want to include our cue or our task instruction. As we're saying that, there will be association built in. So I'll say, drink of water, get your cup. All right. Going down, this is a little more assistance, is the verbal. So we come in from recess. Get your cup is a verbal cup. Cup. I moved my hand there. That would be the next one, gestural. So then we're going into this. Gestural would be, we come in from recess. The cue is get a drink of water. Nothing happened for a time delay. We can point to the cups. We can get a drink of water, and we want to repeat our task instruction. So modeling, the next one that is a little more assistive for our learners, would be as we come in from recess, watch me, get a drink of water, and I would go through the steps of getting a cup, putting the cup under the faucet, turning on the water, turning off the water, putting the cup in my place to drink it. And I would model, that would be a full sequence of the behavior chain modeling. You can also choose to do a partial model to where I would just model getting the cup. Watch me, get a drink. Again, I'm repeating my cue as I'm doing the modeling. Partial physical. Coming back least to most, we come in, get a drink of water, you wait your time delay, then you can guide them to where the cup is. Kind of, hey, it's over here. I'm not saying that. You're actually using your hand to push them in that direction. And you get a drink of water. The full physical would be, we just come in from recess. We're going to take the kid's hand and we're going to help them, guide them to the cup, guide them to the faucet, have them turn on the faucet with their hand over hand. So that's a hierarchy of prompts that goes least to most. Now, if I know a learner has success with this, I'm very enthusiastic to use it again. We will use this if we know the learner's learning history has had success with least to most. All right. Least to most is also used if we find learners that don't have impeded learning from making an error or incorrect response. That's also a great time to use least to most. And again, we're talking about what is a prompt. It's this assistance that we provide learners to get to specific skills. And then we ask why. I think that's what we're asking is, why are prompts important? You want to ask that question. Well, it's important as we're working with individuals. A verbal prompt, that amount of assistance right here, this verbal prompt, might have helped that learner have success in their specific skill. And so we would call that the controlling prompt. So at that point, as we're training, we're watching, I'm going to say, okay, it took the verbal prompt before the behavior was successful. All right. And so as for individuals, this is important. So now I know that, hey, we're going to work towards getting to that visual prompt. And now we're working towards getting that independent prompt. And we'll keep giving opportunities for that success until least to most is very nice for individuals in learning how to generalize the skills. And so least to most, again, why do we use prompts? Well, if we know our learner's history, we can use least to most, we can help generalize their skills, we can see success. All right, so this training, we've given some examples, We've said why they're important. We've talked about what a prompt is, the six types of them. I think it's pretty successful training, everyone. If you want to take a 5-minute bathroom break, we'll be back to do the next 17 hours of the training. Zooming out. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please email.